Hey everyone, it is Wednesday night and it is time for Super Geeked Up! Woo! Oh wow, there were cat sounds. I enjoyed that. I am Tanya, and you're watching Super Geeked Up, the online weekly pop culture show where we talk about all things geeky, play fun geeky games, and talk to amazing web series guests. You can follow along on Twitter at Super Geeked Up using the hashtag SGU. You will notice tonight that I have taken over the Hangout feed. Jeff is trying to join us. He is at a secret location, which we will reveal later. But for now, but now we have some great guest co-hosts, Jonathan Robbins and Sarah Moore. Hey guys.
Hi.
Hello. Is that sort of half Jeff? Maybe half Jeff.
It's a hey Jeff.
It's secret location in a secret lair, Jeff.
Secret Agent Jeff.
I think Jeff is actually en route to Mars to rescue Matthew Carver. He's still there from 2 weeks ago.
Oh, well, it's an important mission. That's really what it is.
It's going to take a really long time.
Bring some potatoes back.
Yeah, bring some Matt Damon potatoes back. Thank you. We can sort of half hear you, Jeff, so you may have to get really close to your computer.
Okay.
So yeah, we're going to start with our Geek Tweet of the Week, which Sarah is going to lead for us. Sarah.
So the Geek Tweet of the Week is, if your favorite sci-fi, comic, or fantasy character started over in a new city, what would their new life look like? So I went super far down the geek rabbit hole and said that Tenel Ka, who is a Star Wars character, she's the Queen Mother of the Haepens, and she was a Jedi Knight. If she started over in a new city, I think that she would become the face of a foundation that provides prosthetic limbs to those who can't afford them, because she lost one of her arms in a lightsaber duel. So I think that's something that she would try to help with, with the diplomacy and all of that stuff. So that's what I think she would do. That's my thought.
Great.
Let's hear what Jonathan Robbins has to say.
Well, on my go-to being Batman. I thought if Batman, instead of Gotham or actually in Toronto, I can just picture him perched on the edge of the CN Tower, looking over the city, saying, like, I'm watching for trouble. I'm here to protect the city. And then hours go by, and more hours go by, and there's got to be some. And then he sees this guy standing on the street corner of Yonge and Dundas singing songs with the Pink Power Ranger. And he's like, why is he dressed like me? And he goes down and meets Toronto Batman, and that's pretty much his life.
Hanging out with Toronto Batman is Batman's Toronto life?
Yeah.
That seems like a pretty good existence.
Okay. Not so bad.
We have from Benjamin.
He might occasionally rescue a kitten from a tree or something like that.
Or one of the many raccoons that we have running around downtown Toronto. Benjamin Bates is currently tweeting in that Jeff is probably in his secret volcano lair. So, Jeff Burns, if that's what you're doing, you can just nod. But if you can't actually tell us, that's fine. That's cool. For me, mine's not really. No, I think he's frozen. He's beyond the limit of Mars. For me, I didn't really think of, even though I thought of this question, for some reason I couldn't get the image out of my head of the Hulk being a sheep farmer. but like the Hulk, like not Bruce Banner, like the Hulk. And like, so I grew up in the country, full disclosure. So I've seen when they shear sheep. It's like one of the hardest things ever, because like you're using these big clipper thingies. I could just see the Hulk like trying not to Hulk out on the poor sheep, trying to like shear them, because you have to shear them, or else it's really unhealthy for them.
He doesn't have sex with the sheep, does he?
I hope not. I mean, I hope he doesn't like take all his frustration. Like, that would just
dark very fast.
Oh, I had to go there. I'm sorry.
Ryan did warn us that she was going to go dark.
She did warn us. She did warn us.
Absolutely.
She didn't say she was going to go green.
Oh.
It'd be like that Woody Allen film where he's in bed with the sheep.
See, I know not really a city, but that would be like my like the Hulk having a new life.
He's in New Zealand.
It's a very green scene. He's like camouflaged with the sheep.
There you go. I think for mine, I was thinking like we said fantasy and sci-fi, so I was like, oh, it's Willy Wonka, and instead of having a chocolate factory, he just has like a meth factory, and he moves to Arizona to take over Walt White, business when he dies. And
spoilers.
It was so easy to sell candy.
Actually, it's true. You technically don't know at the end. This is true.
I know. Well, I mean, they set it up like, well, he might have cancer, whatever.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, Willy Wonka is pretty much a drug-induced weird story, so it kind of fits. To be honest.
My favorite story about Willy Wonka is the Snozzberries story. Do you guys know the story?
No.
So, Snozzberries, when they do the Snozzberries taste like Snozzberries, that is slang for the head of a penis.
Awesome.
I'll remember that one.
So you made a wallpaper, and one of them.
And I think I said Arizona. I meant New Mexico. My bad.
We got you.
I moved to New Mexico.
Well, this is the perfect segue. This is a perfect segue for my superhero because I think of Wonder Woman, and if she went to any special place, she would go to Smurf Village, and she would go hang out with all the magic mushrooms, and they would supply special powers for her. More special powers, and I could see her and Smurfette just taking over.
Weren't you
Actually,
Smurfette
probably
for
would.
Halloween?
I was Minnie Mouse.
I'm kidding.
Jonathan, in response to your Batman suggestion, our friend Deepu is saying, wouldn't a Canadian Batman simply be Adam West Batman?
Deepu.
He's got a point.
Yes, he would.
He's got a point.
And I think, and William Shatner would be hanging out with him.
Would William Shatner be Robin?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
Or Batwoman, but that's really scaring me right now.
Or like Celine Dion somewhere.
Yeah, Celine Dion could be Catwoman.
She's very Canadian.
Yeah. I love how we're recasting Batman with Canadian stars based on their Canadianness. Justin Bieber's not from earlier.
They're very proud of their Canadianness in Canada.
We do.
Yeah, and
People
Jim
think
Carrey
we're
was the Riddler. Oh wait, he already is.
Oh, right. You already ruined that. I'm sorry. So from earlier in the week on Twitter, Ryan Ward says, what if Superman's ship crashed in Gotham and was adopted by the Waynes and was named Bruce? So instead of Bruce being Batman, Superman is Bruce and becomes Batman. Super Batman.
Oh, that's like the end of the movie, Batman versus Superman.
Yeah, exactly.
Just spoiler.
Spoiler alert! We just wrote the ending. Casey Tiller says
it's coming out soon, I think. Yeah.
It is, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Casey Tiller said Xanarkand. I think I don't know what it is. Xanarkand would be rebuilt. Titus would play Blitzball. Una would educate people about ions, which is Final Fantasy. And from Facebook, Alexander Martin said, Wolverine or Bruce Banner in the Fallout universe would be interesting. Living as wanderers, I suppose Kenshin Himura fits as well, atoning for pre-war sins. It's very fitting because I know a lot of people who are playing Fallout 4 right now and have not emerged from their house in days. So that's a fitting answer. Hey, Jeff, you're back.
Huh? What?
We can't quite hear you, though. You're doing performance art.
Now I think Jeff is actually doing an impression of Matthew Carvery from 2 weeks ago.
I think he's actually, yeah, that's what he's doing. So yeah, those are great answers, guys. Thank you. Those were awesome.
You got your head above your belly?
And Ryan, your answer wasn't too dark. You're okay.
Okay, good.
It wasn't
Dark enough. Okay, now I'll note that for the next question.
Yeah, you can go much darker. We've done many twisted things. It's totally fine.
Okay.
So yeah, we have some great guests tonight from SanFranLand. Hey guys.
Woo! Hello.
Ryan Lynch, who is the writer, director, and producer, and Laura Weiner, who is the producer of the show. So thanks for joining us. I know Laura was scarfing down her dinner as she was joining the call.
Thanks. Don't make me take the soup.
So yeah, if you guys want to tell us a little bit about the show, where people can currently watch it and all that fun stuff.
So right now it's available on our website, SanFranLandSeries.com, and it's also on YouTube. You just type in SanFranLand, all one word. You can find it there. But not for very long, because we're working out some deals with some SVOD. We have a deal with Canal Play right now, and so we're in France. And hopefully soon we'll be in a few other countries, and I will have to take it offline, no longer free. But those deals are pending, and keep up with us on at SanFranLand on Twitter or on our Facebook page to see some big, huge announcements that are coming soon. Hopefully by the end of the year. So watch it while you can on YouTube, or watch it while you can on our website before you have to pay for it.
Nice. And what's the concept of the show? Tell us a little bit. Oh yeah,
so the concept of the show is about a woman in her late 20s who she had her whole life planned out. She's getting married. She lives in Georgia, and she comes home to find her fiance getting it on with a dominatrix, and decides maybe this isn't the life she wants. So she moves to San Francisco on a whim, and she moves in with her two best friends who live there, and she's out there trying to find, a new life and reinventing her life, and with all the craziness and tech boom and costume parties every single day. I swear this really happens. In San Francisco, and it's her navigating that world with her friends. So it's kind of a little bit of a Sex and the City meets, I don't know, not really Girls, because I think it's a little funnier and a little bit more lighthearted, but
it's basically like following Ryan around with a camera.
Yes, I have a lot of costumes if anybody needs one. For any reason.
Interesting.
Wait, I bet a bunch of people do. It's only Tuesday, right? Or Wednesday. Let's dress up.
So you guys just have the one season at the moment, correct?
Yeah, we have one season. We have 12 episodes, although we've re-edited them to be different lengths. So we might, once they're on our other distribution channels, they might have a different format from 4 episodes with 15 minutes each versus 12 episodes that are between 5 and 7 minutes each.
Got it. And are there plans to go into a second season eventually, if that hopefully maybe?
Yeah, I actually, it's great when you finally, you're getting a lot of positive comments and from your distributor, that are really pushing you to do more. So I've written out the next season. I haven't, as a story, but I haven't written out every episode. But, yeah, I would love to do a second season. So we'll see what happens. It might be in the works very soon.
Nice. Very nice.
It's laugh out loud funny, so if you haven't watched it, I highly recommend you take that time to do so now before you're stuck paying for it.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks,
Absolutely.
Jonathan.
It's quite funny, and especially Sarah can speak. Actually, Jonathan's one of the biggest allies in the world of more women on camera, and it's a great series that shows 3 very different women who are friends and stay friends and support each other, and through ridiculous things, obviously, like a woman moving from Georgia after seeing her husband having sex with a dominatrix. But it's a great series, so I do recommend it for sure. Do you guys film the whole thing in San Francisco?
Yes, we did. And there was a couple of scenes in the East Bay and Oakland and Oaksterdam. But yeah, we filmed in 37 unique locations all over San Francisco, which, ask Laura, that was a bit of a nightmare.
Why did you
make so many locations and
locations and days and costumes and continuity, and everyone had jobs, so we were filming on the weekends, and we filmed with different crews constantly. So we learned more than you can imagine.
Yeah, I think we had 15 days of filming over the course of 4 months, just trying to get everything done. You know, just filming it by location. We filmed it like a feature film, not like per episode, because, you know, you only have a location for so many days and try to get everything in that location done.
Nice.
But
How
yeah,
did you break it to your actor that he would have to appear in a diaper? Was that an awkward conversation?
You know, it was funny because he was doing a play. He was doing a play at the time when we were casting him, and he's like, I said, okay, well, I want you to know you're going to be wearing a diaper in the scene. And he's like, funny you should say that because I'm wearing a diaper in this play that I'm in. So I am fully ready to be in a diaper.
Oh, no.
Wow.
He was very comfortable. Very comfortable. He did a great job.
Well, it's one thing to wear a diaper on camera because, you know, it's on camera, it's a smaller crew, and, you know, blah, blah. On stage, that's an entirely different
I know, that was like the last thing I thought he would say.
It was like the night before we filmed. He was like, yeah, last night I was actually on stage in a diaper, so...
Wow.
He's like, I should have just left it on and came to work.
Oh, God.
I'm just kidding.
So, you know how Facebook...
What were you saying about San Francisco in costumes again?
Yeah. You know how Facebook gives you the memories of this day in history? Well, today I got a Facebook memory that said it is our team at our first fundraiser, and it's a picture of Ryan and myself and our cast. And it was exactly 3 years ago today at 11/11/12.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was a cool memory to wake up to.
Oh, that was at Monarch.
Yeah, it was at Monarch. It was at one of the clubs that we filmed a ton of SanFranLand at.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. That's awesome. So yeah, definitely check out the show, guys. It is, as Jonathan said, you're laughing out loud during it. And yeah, check it out now. We'll make sure we share the links. So and there'll be some big announcements from these guys on their social media account coming up. Hopefully by the end of the year, they're telling us. But for sure, check it out now on their YouTube channel. Well, you can. Yeah, so I'm going to do a little quick word from our sponsor, and then we're going to get into some Geeky Madlibs.
Before you do, though, Nicole, Anthony, Listermate on Twitter, is asking a very good question, which I don't think we've answered, which is, where is Nicole?
Oh, yeah, Nicole. So she's also on the rescue mission to Mars right now.
Mm-hmm.
So
she's flying the shuttle, so she couldn't be in front of.
She's the pilot.
Yeah, so she's really having to focus on like avoiding space junk and stuff. So she can't be jumping on and off of the hangout. So so that's where she is. I actually saw that.
Can you guys hear me?
We can hear you.
All right. So I actually am from Mars. That's why you're not getting any video. I can only get audio to work from here.
Well, we were just saying that the reason where Nicole is she's actually piloting the ship that you're on. So she isn't able to join the hangout.
Right. She's doing not a very good job. It's I'm got a lot of space sickness actually.
Oh dear.
Well, then I'm glad we don't have video feed.
Yeah, that's why there's also that video, because I've been puking a lot. Yeah,
okay, well that's good. There's also a message.
You know how in The Martian, right? Like they have. I know you wanted to do the sponsor message. I know you're really
no.
But this is important stuff because you know how in The Martian how like it's been he's been without people, without human contact for so long, and they finally let him talk to his crew, but they don't actually let him talk to his crew. They let him talk to one of them via like some typing at a computer while the others are continue doing their work. That's like what it is with Nicole.
Yeah, exactly. And I will say, Jeff, that Matthew Carvery apologizes because he ate all the potatoes.
Oh, that bastard.
So there's no food when you get there.
There's no French fries when we get there?
No.
There's no little sheep?
There's no Hulk sheep.
Hulk sheep.
Which is fine. So we're going to do our quick word from the sponsor, and then we're going to play Geeky Madlibs. I tweeted out earlier that from our Twitter friends, we need a verb ending in ing from you guys. and a famous person. So start tweeting those in because we're going to need those in just a few moments. But first, a word from our sponsor, which is TrekFan.org. This episode of Super Geeked Up is brought to you by TrekFan, the world's fastest growing Star Trek fan club. For SGU viewers in the United States, all new TrekFan members receive a cool TrekFan gift in the mail. TrekFan membership is always free. You can join the adventure at TrekFan.org. Trek it out was our new slogan.
Do it.
Do
Just
it.
yells. He just yells. Do it.
Jeff's picture is just yelling, do it.
Yes. Hey, can I, since I was having technical problems, can I do my geek tweet answer since I missed that?
Yes, you can.
And this gives people time also, if they joined us late, they can share their answer, which
Exactly.
was if your favorite character could go to any new city, what would their life be like? That was it, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm going to take Lando Calrissian from Star Wars.
Biggest
and
film in the galaxy.
Yeah, exactly. And he's always looking for a good way to make money. He's never passed up a good opportunity like that. So I think he's going to move to Tatooine and set up. This is after the events of Return of the Jedi, by the way. And he's going to set up like basically a tourist spot to show people all where Luke came from. So like the house that got blown up by the Empire where he grew up, the little cave that Obi-Wan Kenobi was in. He'll show them the rank, the Rancor, sure, but the Sarlacc pit, Jabba's palace. He'll like take people around. It'll become a tourist attraction, and he'll show them where Luke Skywalker came from.
Do you like turn it into like Lucatopia?
Exactly. That's what they'll call it.
It's like Disneyland, but not. Alistair Reevy in Scotland is saying that the Mars thing is just a cover. We all know that Jeff and Nicole are an extended mission for milk.
Yeah, hey, don't be blowing our cover up, man. That's not cool at all.
We can neither confirm nor deny said statement. Same thing goes for Ryan Ward's assumption that we're all doing a maple syrup heist as well. We can neither.
Agents of milk.
Yeah.
That's our first mission. That was our first mission, actually, to stop the maple syrup heist.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we can't confirm that, so we're just going to move on from our secret knowledge. So we're going to take a little bit of a commercial break, so if you're watching the recorded version, we will be back in a moment.
Can I be Nicole when we get back?
Yes, we can. I was going to say someone else be Nicole. Okay, so we're going to take a commercial break if you're watching the recorded version. Jonathan, cue.
Welcome back from commercial break. Wow, it was so awesome. I love that commercial so much.
Good.
That was
like
good.
the wall was here.
That commercial was so sad.
Those were the long distance commercials. They were really sad. Yeah.
Heart-wrenching.
We're going to play Geeky Madlibs with Sarah, her first time helming the game.
Yeah.
I'm going to try not to break anything while I'm
Do it.
This is part of your full-time awesomeness.
Yes, full-time awesome. So what was the verb ending in ing that we got from social media?
See what we've got. If you want to ask if you want to ask for the other two, and then I will look for my verb ending in ing.
Perfect. I also need a color from you lovely folks here on the Hangout.
Fuchsia. Violet.
Do we want to do fuchsia or violet?
I like fuchsia too. Or violet.
All right.
I'm just
one.
I was thinking
The pinks versus the purples.
purple.
And then I also need a verb ending in ed.
Vexed.
Pimped.
I was going to say perplexed.
This is great. So we have arresting for a verb ending ing.
No, I like that one.
Wait. And he also suggests William Shatner.
William Shatner. The Shat. All right.
Did you just type in the chat?
I did not. I typed in William Shatner. Let's see. Go, man. Let's see if it works. All right.
Oh, we should also say that we did some of this beforehand, so you guys didn't have to listen to us picking nouns, etc. So FYI to everyone watching.
In J.R.R. Tolkien's famous trilogy, Lord of the Ewoks, the first book is called Fellowship of the Ewok. In this book, a group of undead hobbits flee their hometown. This book sounds amazing, you guys. They eventually join into a fellowship made up of porcupines, elves, and giraffes, with the goal of arresting the one Ewok. They begin by traveling through the slimy mountains where William Shatner the Fuchsia is lost. They continue on to the forest where the Queen of the Laser Beams gives them motorcycles to ride down the river.
Oh, sounds like Mad Max.
At the end of the book, Merry and Pippin get captured by platypi, and Frodo is vexed by one of his fellow cupcakes and leaves on his own, but with Sam, because it's Sam and he has to go with. And that is the end of part 1 of Lord of the Ewoks.
So I'm glad he didn't forget Sam.
No, you can't forget Sam. Because if you don't have Sam, then Sam can't have the Rudy moment at the end where it carries him up.
All right.
It's true.
To
This is true.
rest.
Same role.
I'm curious to know what Gollum would do with the undead Ewoks. I want to see that mashup. We should do a character cage match about that.
It's undead. The hobbits are the undead. The Ewoks are not.
Oh, right.
It's the hobbits.
Still, zombie hobbits and
Zombie hobbits. I would think zombie
wondering
hobbits
if,
could literally just walk into Mordor. I mean, they're bad guys, right? They're zombies. They probably could just go right in.
Would they still be a threat from like the ring race? Like, would they still even care if they were already undead hobbits? These are the important questions. Because they're dead already, right?
Right. I think it depends on, like, are these like Night of the Living Dead undead or like 28 Days Later undead? Like, are they fast and scary virusy ones, or are they like if they like an arm falls off every once in a while?
It's a good question.
Yeah. All right. That's fair. That's good. All right. Well, I'm glad that we definitely abused that piece of classic literature. That was great.
William Shatner the Fuchsia.
Yeah.
He's my favorite wizard.
I feel like he probably is fuchsia at times, to be honest. Like, I feel like that's a color for him. Yeah. So, good job. That was awesome. Good choice, Sarah. I enjoyed. She's like, can I do one about Lord of the Rings? I'm like, sure. Do one about Lord of the Rings because it's great.
I mean, if I come back at some point, I'll have to do the second. There are 3 installments. We'll have to do the second one.
Oh my god. So for each book. I wonder if
there
have to use...
And then the Hobbits book before.
Yeah.
Right, obviously.
Which is broken into 3 parts because it needs to be
because the 104-page book deserves that.
Exactly, it needs to have more than one movie. So yeah, we're going to do some geeky news, and then later on we're going to play Leave a Message After the Geek, which is one of Nicole's brainchilds. So first we'll get into some geeky news. There is a lot of fun stuff happening this week in the world of geek news, including some news about Harry Potter, the prequel.
Yes. Harry Potter prequel.
Oh shit.
Oh shit, indeed.
Oh shit.
So the Harry Potter prequel, which of course is Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, which is going to be released next year, starring Eddie Redmayne as the magic zoologist.
I was trying to pronounce that in my head too.
That's a rough one.
Zoologist.
Zoologist specializing in magical creatures. Newt Scamander. What I'm super excited about, 2 things, is that it's set in the 20s. I love the 20s just in general, and I love Harry Potter, so you mash those 2 together, and that's very exciting for me. But also that it's set in the U.S., so we get to see what, like, the corresponding magical culture over here in the States is like versus what it is like over in the UK. And it is like they released a picture of him on set in front of the Magical Congress of the United States of America. It's fun.
Nice.
And it's all Art Deco and fabulous, and he's in this great coat. I'm super excited.
And Eddie Redmayne, who's amazing.
Yeah, and he's great. So I'm excited to see what he does with it. I think Colin Farrell is in it as well.
Yes.
And Samantha Morton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
I
excited
saw-
because like J.K. Rowling is really active on Twitter talking about the universe of Harry Potter. Like she's really good at answering questions. And she's like said that yes, there is a school in the States. Like it's not just a European thing. There are like magical schools in the States. I'm excited because even though they're calling it a prequel, it's not really. It's about the guy who wrote the textbook about magical creatures. So it's still in the universe, but it's not the Harry Potter story. So I'm intrigued by that.
Right. Like it's not a direct link up to leading into that. Yeah.
Like you might see like characters in the younger version, like maybe that writer like encountered Dumbledore at some point in his whatever. But yeah, it's not technically a prequel. It's about the guy who wrote a textbook. Which is cool.
I'm really glad that they brought back David Yates to direct because he directed the last 4 of the films, so he kind of is used to the world already, and it's a chance for him to play and try new stuff that he could never do because he was limited by what had been set up, and now he's got a bit of a fresh playing field within that universe, so that could be good.
And Eddie Redmayne's fabulous. I just saw him in The Danish Girl, and he is one good-looking girl in that
movie. On Twitter, Maria Duran says, "Really a prequel, Harry Potter?" Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree. I'm super excited about that. I think Eddie Redmayne's awesome. And couldn't Dumbledore technically even be in this? Isn't he like 1,000,000 years old?
Yeah, he could be. Like, and I think, and I feel as though, like, I want to say that he at some point they mentioned that he was maybe friends with the guy. Like, so he could technically be in it. I possibly.
Gotta be a cameo at least.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's when he's in school.
Actually, it could be, to be honest. Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Or even Hagrid. I mean, he teaches the magical creatures class, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's a
One
lot
thing
of
that
really cool
concerns me with the title, like Fantastic Creature, I keep getting this image of like the Thing and the Human Torch, and like it's a bad illusion.
What?
Fantastic Four.
Fantastic creatures, and
no.
And where are they now? And the same, like, where are the Fantastic Four now? Right? We don't care. So I guess
I'm excited. I know some people were saying we're worried it was a bit of a money grab, which it may be. But I mean, I don't think she needs the money, to be honest. Isn't she like the richest woman on the planet? Like from all of this.
Right.
Yeah.
They're just doing it as a movie, right? She's not doing a book on it, right?
No, it's just a movie. Oh no, did she make it a book?
It was based on her book that she wrote for charity in 2001. That's what I.
Yeah, the Encyclopedia Britannica. Like Britannica, only with interested.
I could tell her to come up with a different name for that one.
Because they wrote she wrote like companion pieces because that one was also given out. You could buy that along with like the history of Quidditch or something. Like it came in like a little, like a
that's cool.
A set.
That's cool. It's amazing when
she is actually writing the screenplay, right? And that's something she's never done before. So that's promising.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Somebody else has always adapted her. You're right.
Yeah. That'll be interesting. I wonder what it feels. It must be interesting to have this universe that that she's created that is so profitable, but also that everybody wants to know more. Like and to have so much to draw on, to be like, you know what, it would be cool to learn about the guy who wrote this textbook because why not?
Why not?
Because we all love to read textbooks.
I do.
I think I would love to read the textbooks that they have. Like, all of theirs sounded really interesting. Instead of, like, the bullshit that we had to read in school.
Yeah.
Those are like pop-up books, and they actually like come to life.
Yeah. They actually grab your attention because they might actually grab you.
They do that, yeah.
They do that.
I'm excited.
Part of the continuing trend of making librarians cool. The people that do the research are as cool as the people out, shooting the guns and stuff. That idea, and they're applying that to this, which is kind of neat.
Mm-hmm.
What was that?
So that's the way it should be. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Making the writers actually like worth something.
Yeah. People who have the ideas are cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. I think it should be good. There was some other fun stuff in it. We talk about Star Wars every week, guys, so just gonna get used to it until December the 18th. So just deal.
Yeah.
And we're not going to stop then either.
Oh, that's true. Actually, then we have a few weeks of like, oh my god,
Can't stop, won't stop.
Never going to stop.
ever.
Nope.
We had a jar in our story room when I was at Pixar, and if you'd made a Star Wars comment or joke or anything reference to it before 10 a.m., you had to put $1 inside of the jar, and at the end of the week, we'd take the jar and be like, we're getting beer. And it was always full of money. We're like, it's not even 10 a.m. $1 in the jar.
It's all we talk about at my work too. Like we're like, there's always at least one full-fledged entire department discussion about Star Wars at least once a day right now. Anyway,
it's a good way to get money for Beer Bash on Friday.
I should actually put that as a rule. Like if we talk before time, I'll contribute money.
I can't do that at my work because I play Leia every so often. So
you just hand them your paycheck. Just be like, here you go.
Be like, oh, here we go.
Thanks on me, guys. But earlier
That's
this
not
week,
me talking. That's Leia talking.
actually true. Yeah. She has to pay. She's a princess. She can afford it. So earlier this week, they released the Star Wars character posters.
Yeah.
Jonathan, do you want to lead us through? When I asked Jonathan if he wanted to talk about this, he was like, yes, I do. I really want to talk about this. So take it away, Jonathan.
I'm sure you've seen them, but if you haven't, go find now. EW.com has them featured. There's 5 posters of, they're all close-up faces on characters. Kylo Ren, Rey, John, freaking, what's his?
Finn.
Right, yeah. Right, what's his character name again? Let's get a character.
It's Finn.
Well, yes.
Wait,
right, Finn. I couldn't. Finn, and of course Han and Leia, and of course no Luke. So they're all close-up photos, which is a really interesting stylistic choice, and you know, to me that's kind of symbolic of how J.J. Abrams is honoring the original things about Star Wars. That's very true. He's made it very, you know, tangible and mechanical, and all of the things that we loved about the original Star Wars. But he's also adding something new to the universe, his own eye, because those are different than any of the marketing we ever saw for the previous films. And that excites me because now I know it's not just nostalgia, right? Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just interjecting. You said he was adding something new. I was like, lens flares.
Hopefully not.
He loves lens flares.
Lots of lens flares.
I'm sorry.
But, like, what do people generally think of those images? Are they striking? Are they effective to you?
I think they're really cool. I love that they all have, if you line them all up, that they can, like, it's all across their right eye. They all have something across their right eye. And you can sort of, like, stack them on top of each other, and they make almost like a continuous image, which I think is cool. And I love that they're all, like, straight on, except for Leia's tilted for some reason. But everybody's just, like, sort of, I think, like, defiantly, like, staring you down, daring you to not like the movie, I guess. I dare you.
I dare you not to like this.
Dare you not to watch it 12 times in the theater.
They're very visually, eye-catching, I think, and I like them a lot. I think they're awesome. And the Han Solo one I love the most, to be honest with you. I don't know, there's just something about it, and what Harrison Ford's doing in that one. I don't know. That's awesome. I love that one.
What
I really love
like,
how gritty Rey is in it. You know, she's not pretty up. It's pretty awesome.
She looks like she just got done kicking your ass.
Actually, though, I enjoy. I feel like it's just I know that it's part of the reason I'm doing this, but it seems to inform the characters just a little bit more. Like you, that's what I like about it, is giving you just a little bit more character information without you actually knowing what that information is. You're like, okay, I'm going to store that away till later. That you know, Finn's got I believe it's the blue lightsaber, and she's got her I think it's a stick. I think like a
staff.
I think, but yeah, it's just like it's little things of like, okay, so that's them, and it's an interesting way of doing that without giving away too much information about them. It's very cool.
Have you seen the meme going around of the one with Rey and they zoom in on what she's holding and they keep zooming in? They're like in a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. They used Philip head screwdrivers, and you can see that there's actually a Phillips head screw.
Benjamin Bates is saying that he plays the violin, and he's going to be learning all the Star Wars themes.
Oh, amazing!
His violin soon. So yeah. I know Anthony Davis also plays the fiddle, so there's a challenge to you guys. Start learning Star Wars, because why not?
They could have a duet.
Can you guys explain why Leia isn't called Princess Leia anymore? I'm not really understanding that whole part.
It never really made sense in the first place, to be honest with you.
Well, Alderaa's not a thing anymore.
Yeah, I think she lost her.
So she's not really she's a diplomat, but she's not. She doesn't have a place to be princess anymore.
Because they blew that up.
It's gone.
Right. Yeah.
Mm.
Related to that, and also going into Rey's character, the first Star Wars TV spot debuted on Twitter this week. Very short, it's only 45 seconds. Again, no Luke, which is supporting my theory as to what is happening with Luke in this movie. But it's all about her character.
Yeah, it's very
I'm not
cool.
going to get into it, Jeff, because you're going to get angry, so I'm not going to say it.
It's funny, though. As many people who think that, as I have other people like saying there's no way in hell that's ever going to happen, so it's very interesting to hear the two sides.
No, I mean, they brought it up to J.J. Abrams years ago with Kevin Smith. I'm just saying. Yeah. There's an interview. Anyway.
Wait, what was the interview? I don't even know. What's that?
So Kevin Smith did an interview with J.J. Abrams and Mark Hamill years and years and years ago, like well before J.J. got stewardship of Star Wars. And they floated the idea of an evil Luke in that interview.
And naturally, Mark Hamill was all for it.
And now he's like, yeah, I would totally be for
sure,
that.
Of course. An actor, he would love that.
Yeah. So I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, they've already done it in the books. It's not like it hasn't been done.
Maybe that's what's happening in the movie, because we still haven't really seen him, like his face at all. So yeah, the TV spot is all about her. She's kicking ass, taking names, like it's awesome. That does not show Luke.
Harrison Ford gave an interview
just to pretend to be in the movie, and Adam Driver's not even in the movie, and that is Mark Hamill in the costume. Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Harrison Ford gave an interview on Jimmy Kimmel around Halloween. He was dressed as a hot dog, so first of all, you need to watch that. He's dressed like a hot dog, and Jimmy Kimmel was dressed as Princess Leia. And they talk about Star Wars, and he says some really fun stuff about like what's in store for us to see, but he refuses to give anything away about Luke. Like he's like really.
That's what I mean. It must be a huge plot point because no one will talk about it at all. At all. So.
Or he's trying to fool you.
I don't know.
I find it interesting too that if you look at the cast, like they're all kind of revealed of who's what, except for Simon Pegg and blanking on names tonight. The daughter of Carrie Fisher, Billy Lourd.
Oh.
Both of them, it just says like it's blank. They haven't said what characters they're playing, and it's interesting that they've just kept those two. And it could be coincidence, or they could maybe they're really significant. Those two.
Well, I saw Simon Pegg is in like a full creature suit, or is like he's playing an alien of some kind. I don't know how important he is to the story, but I know that he's got like tracking markers on his face and all the stuff that he's talked about. So
I love Simon Pegg. He's great.
Yeah, he's fabulous.
So fun.
On Twitter, Anthony Davis is saying that he's not a Star Wars fan, but he will definitely learn them on his fiddle and violin for us. So
thank you.
A performance at some point. So no pressure.
Oh, here's a great tweet from at the Deepu. I wonder if evil Luke would have a maniacal laugh. If only Mark Hamill had some experience playing a villain. Oh well. He's of course referencing
totally outside his realm.
Yeah. He's of course referencing Mark Hamill's brilliant turn as the Joker, the best joke. I don't know, amazing Joker.
Yeah. Isn't he in? Didn't they bring him on to reprise something on one of the new shows? Am I wrong about that?
The Flash.
Somebody else? Okay. Yeah.
He reprised his role as the trickster from the original Flash series in the 90s.
Nice. Very nice. Anyway, if you haven't seen the 45-second TV spot that debuted on Twitter last week, definitely check it out. Again, it just gives us a little bit more information, not too much more than what we already have. But yeah, they're releasing more slowly but surely, ready for December 18th. So yeah, should be good.
I'm actually not going to watch it. I'm at maximum excitement for Star Wars, and there's nothing that could improve that. So the only possibility would be spoiling something for me, and I don't want that to happen.
It doesn't spoil it, trust me. There's not enough in there. It's like
your ticket that I already know you bought for Thursday.
What was that, Mr. Martian?
that was Robot Jeff.
The Martians are turning him into a robot, taking over.
Yeah.
Placing his body parts one by one.
He may be actually turning into a Borg right now. I don't know. So on a slightly serious note, I wanted to make sure that I mentioned this today, just given the date. So it is Remembrance Day in Canada, the UK, and Australia, and also Veteran Day in the States. So I just want to make sure I took a moment to say, for anyone who has served, knows someone who has served, or has served in the past, or is currently serving for their country, thank you for that. We owe you a huge debt of gratitude and everything that we enjoy in our lives here in the Western world. We much appreciate everything you do for us. So, cheers to our.
Thanks. My cousin love that.
Yeah. Perfect. All right.
Hey, wait! Before we go to commercial, can I do a quick review of the Peanuts movie, real fast?
Peanuts movie, Jeff? Make sure you enunciate that clearly.
Peanuts.
Wait, I missed this one.
It was that kind of show tonight.
Coming from Mars here. How well do you think this transmission is going to come through?
Wow, he's talking about animal and all these men he's into. Now the penis.
Oh man, the penises on Mars are amazing. All right.
That came through clear as a bell.
It's like Google decided that sentence needed to be highlighted.
Of course it did. Of course. Fucking Google. All right.
But yes, go ahead. Talk about the Peanuts movie.
Peanuts movie. Yes. So we talked about this a couple weeks ago, right, when we did Trailer Trash. And so outside of Star Wars, this was the movie I was most excited to see this year. And if you are a huge Peanuts fan like I am, this movie did everything right. Like, I mean, it hit everything you would ever want a Peanuts movie to do. Like, pretty much every note of all the old, strips and cartoons. And it was amazing, and I loved it. And it was poignant and touching and hilarious, and Snoopy was amazing. And they did this awesome parallel story with Charlie Brown and the little red-haired girl, and Snoopy and the Red Baron and this female poodle dog. Like, that was just so well done. And so like I cannot rave enough about like how well they captured. If you had any doubts about if they were going to change anything, no, they didn't. And I think in the CG it worked like totally. It was awesome. Like the fact that they did CG rather than 2D stuff. So yeah, I can't recommend this enough. Go check it out. Even if you're not a fan, please go check it out, because you should be a fan of Peanuts, because they're amazing.
Is it going to make me cry?
I cried at the end.
All right. Good to know.
But I don't make you laugh a lot before that. It was like that commercial earlier.
Benjamin Bates is saying that he's actually very glad that he did a no drinks rule around his computer this week, I think based on your penis movie review. He was making sure that he wasn't drinking around that.
Well, yeah, Ben knows all about the penis movie. Come on.
Those weren't drinks.
Oh, Laura. Well,
And you're watching Super Geeked Up.
That's what happens when technology interferes with you.
Perfect. If you go see the movie, stick around to the beginning mid-credits, because there's 2 extra scenes. And if you are a fan of it, you're going to like what they show in those scenes. The very last post-credit scene you can skip.
So just stay for the credits is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
At least for the first 2 scenes. The last one after the credits you can skip, but the other 2 stay around for.
No, if there's one, you shouldn't skip it.
Well, no, I stay for all of them, but people, I'm the only one in the theater who ever stays, so I'm weird.
I always stay.
I always stay.
I always stay.
Oh,
Brian
sorry.
always
I forgot I was
makes
on
me
with
stay.
I was on with a bunch of filmmakers. I forgot.
We give respect to the whole crew.
Well, it gives you, you know, gives
Oh,
you a
that's
little more
why I do it
insight
too.
sometimes.
Thank you, Tanya.
It gives you
Nobody
more
ever knows what I'm talking
insight.
about.
Like, you know, like, oh, that was actually filmed in Georgia, not in, you know, wherever.
Or like, oh, look how many millions of people they employed on their special effects crew.
I always like
They
seeing
say
how many
that.
production babies there were.
Oh,
yeah.
Pixar.
Production babies or production pets.
There was
I
a
love
whole.
that.
I can tell you, there was a whole lot in this movie.
I'm sure.
Did they do that on a lot of films? I know they do it on all the Pixar movies, but I don't know.
And you're seeing it more and more. I think people realize that people enjoy it. So
Because it takes so fucking long to make an animated film.
you can start off with no kids and have a 2-year-old by the time you're done.
And they could have gone through college, you know.
We should start doing that at Super Geeked Up.
No.
How many babies?
Jonathan Robbins can be our illegitimate child.
He's our SGU baby.
Actually, I hear my baby crying in the other room. I think I have to go.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
You're right.
Really? If you need to. I mean, that's important.
It's her roommate.
Oh, God. Sorry, roommate.
It's Ryan. She's through this wall. There you are.
I see you, Ryan. I just want to do a little quick shout out about our Patreon campaign. As a lot of you know, we do have a Patreon campaign going, which is awesome. We've actually reached our first milestone. So for those of you that haven't checked it out, please go ahead and look at it. It's patreon.com/supergeekup. Even if you can't donate financially, feel free to share that around. That helps as well. And anyone who has contributed already, thank you so much. Every little bit helps, which is great. And speaking of Patreon, one of our awesome supporters on there is Maria Giron. She moderates a chat every Wednesday on Twitter at 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central about branding. So if you are curious what that means, it's not branding your body. It's about marketing and PR. So please check that out. It's a great conversation usually every Wednesday. It's very informative. People, I swear, I feel like it's thousands of people are talking every single Wednesday morning about this. It's a great informative source on that if you've ever wanted to learn about it. So check it out at BrandChat on Twitter, #BrandChat, Wednesday mornings at 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central.
Do it.
It's great.
Do it.
And she loves The Walking Dead, so we share so many loves. She's just a great person. So just do it. If you are watching Jonathan, this is your cue, so get ready, okay? If you are watching the recorded version, we're going to take a brief commercial break.
Welcome back from commercial.
Oh, with that.
Isn't that like what is it? A movie.
Wayne's World.
Wayne's World.
Yeah. It is. It is. So we are going to play one of Nicole's brainchild games, which is Leave a Message After the Geek, where we say what set of given characters would leave on their outgoing voicemail message. My cat is currently participating in this, so he's just going to provide the beeps every once in a while. Yeah, so we are just going to talk about voicemail and what different characters would leave on their voicemail messages. Those characters are Voldemort, The Little Mermaid, Iron Man, and Terminator. So what would those characters leave on their outgoing voicemail message? Who wants to go first?
I mean, I can go first.
Cool. Which one do you want to do first?
Let's do all the Voldemort ones first.
Let's do Voldemort one, yeah.
Voldemort ones first? Alright, so for Voldemort, I thought he would say, "You've reached he who must not be named, and I can make bad things happen to people who are mean to me." It's mean to not leave a message. Just think about that. Beep.
Were you supposed to think of these
That's horrible.
beforehand?
He's not a nice person.
That's a horrible thing to say on your thing. I was kind of thinking a similar thing. Mine is he would just leave something in parcel tongue, which I can't actually imitate.
Just talk like a snake.
Yeah, so he would do that. Basically, it's like a message to like his minions. So when you called his voicemail, you knew it was him. But
first, Tanya, I refuse to believe you cannot do this because we all know you can do whale impersonations really well. So, as we know on a previous Super Geeked Up.
Whales and snakes are not in the same family.
No.
Sir.
Tanya is the master of animal impersonations.
I mean, the only thing I could probably do is like an imitation of what Daniel Radcliffe does in those scenes.
Well, do it.
That's
That's
good
fair.
for me.
I'm like, really? You really want me to do it? What does he do? He's like, something. I don't know.
That was
He's
very
probably
snake-like.
calling people
I'll
who
take that.
can't speak parcel tongue like
Yeah.
stupid assholes, basically.
Anyway, he would leave a Parseltown message, and it's basically just like a message to his minions saying stuff. Because if someone calls that number, you don't want to. If he's in hiding, you don't want to like know that it's him. Like that'd be bad.
Right.
Saying stuff. That was good.
Saying stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just instructions like bring me food. Bring me,
I'm a little
Bring me
package
food.
if you could
Bring me Harry
swing
Potter.
by.
Bring me Taco Bell.
Someone bring me a latte from Starbucks or something.
Perfect.
I was really curious what he would leave on his answering machine, so I actually called him and I heard it, and
Good.
yeah, and he said, "Hey, this is Voldemort. More, not Mort, you fricker piece of crap. It's more." And then
Wow.
he got all like angry about that pronunciation thing for a bit, and then he said, "And if you're a Muggle, how the crap did he get this number?" And like he's not a happy man.
No.
So you're just saying
Right.
that his voicemail message is just a rant?
Yeah.
Like it cuts off in the middle of a sentence. He just keeps going.
No, actually, come to think of it, I might have accidentally called Nick Nolte.
The fine line between
We're very similar.
On Twitter from Anthony Davis, he's saying for Voldemort, "I'm not here right now. I'm out getting a rhinoplasty."
I was going to say something similar.
Oh
On Twitter, Casey Tiller says, "Haha, I'm laughing at these Voldemort voicemail box messages." Thanks, Casey, for listening or watching. I'm glad you're laughing at them. Here's mine. Here's mine for Voldemort. Hey, it's Tom, otherwise known as You Cannot Be Named. If this is Harry Potter, please let me know where you are so I can come kill you. If this is anybody else, don't bother leaving a message because you're an insignificant insect and I will soon crush you. Have a great day.
It's nice of him to say "have a great day" at the end.
Well,
Right.
I mean, if you're not going to threaten him, you may as well just give him a nice cheery.
Well, he likes to make you feel good before he kills you.
Right. That seems important to him.
I think it.
Well, maybe I'll change mine now from the other one, but I was thinking he'd just be like, "Hey, this is Voldemort. You know, I'm having some rhinoplasty, or getting my head waxed."
At the salon, getting my head wet.
So please leave a message, and if you see that Harry Potter guy, tell him he should probably get a wax too. I don't know.
Nice.
Voldemort doesn't really,
I think he wouldn't understand what a voicemail message is, to be honest. I think he'd just
Yeah.
that's all.
So Tanya, at the Deep Poo wants to know, how would you say "hey there" in parcel tongue?
I saw that. I don't know, actually. I don't know how you would convey the same message in, like, weird breathy sound. Well, never mind. I've never mind.
Okay.
That was going elsewhere.
Yes, move along.
I'm gonna change topics to the next character.
Or keep on going, actually. Never mind.
At least I saw that before I walked totally into it.
That's a shame.
So, yeah. The Little Mermaid is our next character. So the classic Disney character. What would she leave as her outgoing voicemail message?
She's pretty bubbly. I mean, she would say, "Sorry, I can't come to the phone. I'm out wandering free. Don't be a guppy. Leave a message at the tone. I'll call back unless I trade my voice for something else."
Nice.
Oh, that's cute. She's like, having sex right now. Leave a message.
Whoa, all right. Get it, girl.
Well, she has the parts now, so really.
Now she has the part. Now she got the man, and she's
I would imagine that that's like jarring to discover. Like, what is happening to my body?
All right.
I'm actually going to cherish that image for a long time.
Her having sex.
Yeah.
And he's going, keep singing.
Oh, boy.
Oh.
Not the Robins, like 14
Can we
year
do it on that rock and have the water splash up again?
Spray in the background. Perfect.
Does anyone else have one for the Little Mermaid? Aside
Flipping
from-
your fins, you don't get very far, so I couldn't get to the phone. Sorry.
Oh, that's
Adorable. That's cute. Mine is it would just be silence because she doesn't have a voice.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Her like
Mine
frantically signing on the other end of the phone while she's trying to record it.
She's like hitting buttons trying to do something.
Beep,
To
bop,
make
boop.
Mine for her is, hey, it's Ariel. Since I live under the sea, I'm going to try to do this real quick before my phone shorts out. Ah, crap. Damn it. Goes another phone.
Oh, yes.
Any other thoughts for Little Mermaid? Okay, we have another one coming in from for Voldemort. Where'd it go? I lost it. Oh, again from Benjamin. You've reached Voldemort. If you wish to join my dark army, please leave a message. All others can piss off.
Piss right off.
Yeah,
Piss off.
Piss off.
You know, I wasn't lying about the Voldemort thing. It was originally Voldemort, and then in one of the movies, one of the actors said Voldemort, and then they were stuck with it, so they changed it, and then they started changing it in the audiobooks too. But it is supposed to be Voldemort.
No, J.K. Rowling weighed in on it. She said it's supposed to be Voldemort.
Really? So
It's
the Voldemort was wrong? Is that what you're saying?
Voldemort is wrong. Yeah, she said Voldemort. It was always Voldemort because of the T-E.
Yeah, it was in the books. It's Voldemort.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Because it's based on the French rule of if there's an E after the T, you say the T.
Right. Okay, cool.
I know you're half American, but you don't remember your basic French from the Canadian school system, Jonathan Robbins?
He knows nothing about French. I can tell you this because we were in Montreal and I had to do all the French.
It's absolutely true. The New Yorker had to help me out with the French.
Wow. Way to go, Robbins. All right, our next character is Iron Man.
I had that he would say, "You've reached the genius, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist. I'm tinkering or saving the world. Leave a message."
Probably accurate.
That's very accurate.
I think he'd probably
Hey, this
say,
is Tony.
beep.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Ryan.
No, you
Beep.
go. You go.
Beep, this mailbox is full.
Nice.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's totally true. It would be.
Brilliant.
Completely.
Nice.
Mine is you hear sounds of a party, and then him just saying, "Bet you wish you were here." Click.
Well, if it was Tanya, yeah, damn right, you do wish you were there.
Of course.
But you love Tony Stark.
I love Tony Stark.
I would go to a Tony Stark party.
Absolutely.
I think you would just hear, first there'd be a bit of sound to do with, Jarvis, Pepper wants me to leave a voicemail message. Can you do that? Thank you.
Or it might actually be Jarvis. Just be
right.
Jarvis.
Maybe he say, I can't talk right now, I'm too busy with the Little Mermaid.
Oh.
Oh. So it's his voice when he's saying "sing more" or
Yeah,
singing.
exactly.
It's his voice in the background. Okay. Any other thoughts for Little Mermaid?
You mean, or Tony?
Iron
Oh,
Man.
Tony, sorry, I got distracted.
All right, my real one for him was, this is Tony Stark, the smartest man on the planet. Yes, even smarter than Bruce Banner. If you were over here last night, hey, you're real swell. That was an awesome night. Thanks so much. If this is Pepper, haha, just kidding. Love you. Okay, gotta go.
Oh.
Yikes.
Ouch, Tony, you never change. Last one is Terminator.
I mean, is it anything really other than just "I'll be back"?
Yeah, that was mine
Gotta
as
be
well.
it.
Does anyone have any other
I-
version of that?
Yeah, I did. I came up with something else because I knew that's what the common thing was going to be. I gotta remember what the hell it was. Okay.
Yeah.
This is the T-800. I can't talk right now because I'm out hunting Sarah Connor. I'll be back after I help exterminate the human race. Something like that. I don't know.
Then why would he need to have a message left for him?
Well, exactly. Why would anybody be calling the Terminator? But that's because you put it in the game.
That's true.
Why would he even have a phone number? He's not even from that time period.
I just love that line.
Well, in
is
one
the most
person he is
famous
because he stuck around, right? He stuck around for all those years.
That's true.
So
Like, who would have thought that line?
He's gonna need a voicemail, right? It might be like, "Are you John Connor? If so, leave a message. If not, fuck off."
Yeah.
All of my guys are really angry people now.
Like, you feel like everyone's mad all the time.
That's a good way to catch him, I think. He'll just, instead of hunting John Connor, he'll just set up a phone number that people can call and say if they are John Connor or not.
And they'll be totally truthful on that, for sure.
Like, if you're John Connor, call this 800 number. And you get a prize.
He'll think of some like weird, horrible thing that he thinks is ingenious, and it's just like, yeah, you just call and you get a prize. That'll be fine. Those are great. Any other ones for? I mean, I think we all have "I'll be back" for Terminator. I think that's general consensus on Twitter is like the only option is "I'll be back."
I mean, I think that's such a great line from, like, who would have thought that would have been the line to remember from that movie? Like, it's such a boring line in a script. Like, "I'll be back." Like, but the way he says it, you know, it's all there. I love it. Actors, they actually do stuff.
Wow, he did his job. It's amazing. So yeah, that basically wraps us up for tonight. Ryan, do you want to give links again for SanFranLand and where people can still catch it? My cat is really excited about it. And where you can still catch it now for the short period of time.
So we're at SanFranLandSeries.com, and you can find us on Twitter at SanFranLand. Thanks for your time, Laura. I think her computer died and she kind of fell off the call there, but
She actually is with us in Mars right now.
Oh, is she? She beamed herself up. Nice. Yeah, check us out. We're on YouTube. You can find us, SanFranLand, all one word, there, and of course our website, SanFranLandSeries.com.
And is there a Twitter handle as well?
Yeah, Twitter is at SanFranLand.
Perfect. Amazing.
Same as Facebook /SanFranLand.
Perfect. Jonathan and Sarah, do you want to give your social media, Twitter?
Sarah, you go.
Oh, okay. My Twitter is at Pixies and Pins, and my Facebook is Actor Sarah Moore.
And you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at TheJRobbins. And if you haven't already, if you please would subscribe to me on YouTube at youtube.com/VengeanceCinema. We're trying to build up our subscribers to help pitch the spin-off to Clutch, and the more support we have on YouTube, the easier that's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it. Check it out. Do it. I'll give my personal link, which is at Tanya Dodds on Twitter. Jeff, do you want to do the rest of the info?
Oh, do I ever?
Do it.
All right. Thanks. That's my line. Stop stealing it. All right. So you can follow us at Super Geeked Up, of course, and please check out us on Blog Talk Radio, which is the podcast version of our show, and we have a League of Geeks network on there, which is us and two other awesome geeky shows, Sci-Fi Pulse Now and Genretainment. So they're all at blogtalkradio.com/League of Geeks. You can find all three shows there. Next week we have I Love Flavor. I'm going to assume that's a web series and not just that we're going to talk about like flavors of ice cream or something.
But we love ice cream.
But that's a good topic.
Oh, that's actually great. Yeah, we'll do both. We'll do both.
It'll be part of our geeky news segment. Flavors of ice cream.
So of course we'll be back 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific as always on Wednesday. Huge thanks to Ryan and Laura, of course, for joining us tonight. Thanks. And thank you, of course, guys, if you're watching live, you tweeted us in. If you're watching or listening in post, we always really appreciate it. And, of course, all our awesome Patreon supporters. You guys rock. All right, so that's pretty much going to do it, right?
That's it, yeah.
Here, why don't you take us out, Tanya?
Sure. So thanks everyone. Thanks for watching. And stay geeky.